Today we'll be finishing up my workbook called The Family of Abraham. This book covers Genesis 19:30 through Genesis 25:18. We have done all these chapters already. We've gone from Lot and his daughters up in the mountains after this destruction of Sodom, Abraham and Abimelech making a peace treaty, Isaac being born, and Ishmael being sent away, and the well of Beersheba, which was another treaty, sacrifice of Isaac, which is similar to the sacrifice of Christ, then the death of Sarah and the purchase of the cave of Machpelah. Then Eliezer is sent north to get a bride from Isaac from his family, Abraham's family, and we meet Rebecca at that time. Then we meet her family. And then in chapter 9, we have Rebecca come down to Isaac and they meet. Now, in chapter 10, the last chapter of this book, we have the death of Abraham. So let me go ahead and do that. The death of Abraham, Genesis 25, 1 through 18. Genesis 25, 1. Abraham had taken another wife whose name was Keturah. She bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan was the father of Sheba and Dedan. The descendants of Dedan were the Asherites, the Letusites, and the Lumites. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Hanok, Abidah, and Eldah. All these were descendants of Keturah. What was Abraham's second wife's name? Keturah. Abraham would have been a minimum of 140 years of age at this time, but Keturah would have been in childbearing age for at least 6 years. So if the time of childbearing ends at 45 years of age, she could not have been older than 39 when she married Abraham, or about the same age as Isaac. Another possibility is that Keturah was his concubine before she became his wife. See the verse in 1 Chronicles below. 1 Chronicles 132, the sons born to Keturah, Abraham's concubine. Even if she became his wife, she never receives the honors that Sarah does, nor are her sons treated the same as Isaac. When Abraham dies, he will be buried with Sarah. Are there any sons of importance in this group? Although Sheba and Dedan are listed here, they're not the same Sheba and Dedan of the Gog and Magog war shown in Ezekiel 38:13. The only male of importance is Midian, as he is responsible for the area of Midian that figures prominently in the story of Moses. Genesis 25:5. Abraham left everything he owned to Isaac, but while he was still living, he gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and sent them away from his son Isaac to the land of the east. Genesis 25:7. Abraham lived 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his last and died at a good old age, an old man and full of years, and he was gathered to his people. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre, in the field of Ephron, son of Zohar the Hittite, the field Abraham had bought from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who then lived in Beer Lahai Roi. How old was Abraham when he died? 175. Where was he buried? At the cave of Machpelah. Who buried him? Both Isaac and Ishmael. This is how we will learn of Ishmael's family tree because he brings this information with him. Where does Isaac and his wife Rebecca settle in? Beer Lahai Roi. Isaac would have been 75 years of age, Rebecca probably 55 years of age, and Ishmael would have been 88 years of age. The scriptures continue. Genesis 25:12. This is the account of the family line of Abraham's son Ishmael, whom Sarah's slave Hagar the Egyptian bore to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ishmael, listed in the order of their birth. Nebaioth, the firstborn of Ishmael, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Pima, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah. These were the sons of Ishmael, and these are the names of the 12 tribal rulers according to their settlements and camps. Ishmael lived 137 years. He breathed his last and died, and he was gathered to his people. Do you remember where Hagar got a wife for Ishmael from? It would have been Egypt. How many sons did Ishmael have? 12 sons. Based on Genesis 28, 8 and 9, and Genesis 36, 3, Ishmael had at least 2 daughters. Their names are listed here on the graph. Who are they? Mahalath and Basemath. How old will Ishmael be when he dies? 137 years. Although the Bible doesn't record it, it is believed that Ishmael is buried where Hagar is buried, which is in Saudi Arabia. Genesis 25:18. His descendants settled in the area from Havilah to Shur, near the eastern border of Egypt, as you go toward Asher, and they lived in hostility toward all the tribes related to them. That's the end of this book. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.